most powerful tools a man can put in his tool belt is the ability to walk away and actually mean it when he walks away. And see, the reality is a lot of guys don't have that tool in their tool belt like they think they do. They're willing to walk away, but they want to walk away with terms and conditions. Oh, I'm going to walk away so that I get this outcome. No, like you have to walk away from a situation with the intention of never being in that situation again if you don't get what it is that you want from that situation. And see, men have to be stronger in that they have to set a boundary. You got to set a boundary. Okay, I want this thing. And if this negotiation ain't going the way that I plan, if I'm not getting what I want out of the negotiation, or at least most of what I want out of the negotiation, because it is a negotiation, then I got to walk away from it. And see, guys aren't willing to do that. Guys aren't willing to do that with these jobs that y'all just stuck and you miserable at it, but you ain't working to go get something better so that you can have the options to be like, hey, I got the skills and I got the options. If I want to walk away from this thing, I walk away from this thing. So you got to pay me more. You gotta put me in a better position. You gotta offer me more hours. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Or with that girl who decided that you weren't good enough, she ain't want you, it's something green on the other side, you too needy, you too concerned with what she doing, she want to party every weekend, she got this thing that she wants, she setting this boundary that you ain't meeting for her, and so she gonna walk away from it, but she wishy-washy about it. No, you have to be a man. You have to stand your ground. You have to say, okay, I am done with this. These are my terms and conditions. We gonna negotiate my terms and conditions, and you gonna meet these. These are the non-negotiables. Like, these are the non-starters. And if you can't hit that, then I'm walking away from it. And I'm walking away from it with the full intention of never coming back. And that's so powerful because it grants a man freedom. It grants a man the ability to know, look, I did all that I can. And when you did all that you can behind something, you leave with no regrets. So you move forward and you push harder to be what you want to be and who you want to be in that moment. More importantly, you have to be able to walk away and mean it, because people latch on to that. They understand that, bro. They get it. And they're attracted to it. Because guess what? People want what they can't have. That is human nature. People want what they can't have, what they seemingly cannot have. Women, think about it. They want the guy who's aloof, the guy who is kind of cold, the guy who may be in, may be out, because she cannot figure out his emotions. Because of course, women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. But there's a reason for that, because they want to feel like they have to work for him. They want to feel like he might not want them, because humans want what they cannot have, or what they seemingly cannot have. They want to feel like they accomplished something. They want to feel like they reached out and they had to work to get something, because that's when we attach value to things. If you are a guy who cannot walk away from a situation that's not serving you, then you show weakness. Then you have an attachment to that thing, and people exploit attachments. They feel like, oh, well, you too weak to walk away anyway. I might as well walk over you. I might as well treat you like shit. I might as well talk to you any kind of way. I might as well go look at all of my other options before you, because you're not going to leave anyway. You're here. You just here. You ain't going nowhere. I always have you as an option. And see, what usually happens in those scenarios is you get looked over forever. That's why being in a friend zone with a woman just don't work. Like, trying to get to her by being in the friend zone. I mean, you could probably get there, but ultimately you're never going to have the power in that relationship. You're never going to be seen as the leader of that relationship, of that dynamic. So guys who take the friend zone route, they really just taking a route that's setting themselves up for failure anyway. Even if you break through and you actually sleep with the girl, she not going to see you as that guy. Because ultimately she sees you as, well, you were a last option. You were a guy who was just here. You were the guy that I knew would be here if I exhausted all of my options, if I exhausted all of my resources. You are who would be here because you were not willing to walk away. As a man, willingness to walk away from things that no longer serve you is so powerful in that it grants you the ability to create, bro. You can create your own outcome. When you decide, when you make the decision, I'm walking away from this, that is your outcome. You decided that, bro. And that's so powerful because you could stack upon that. Look, this is my outcome. If I made that, if I did that, then I can do other things. I can make a better outcome. If I'm deciding to stay, it's because I want to be here. And it's because you're giving me a reason to be here, and you're treating me with value, and you're giving me value to be here. And that's how you have to approach things as a man. You have to approach every situation, every business relationship, every male to female relationship, every working relationship, artistic relation, whatever, bro. That's how you have to approach things. That's how you have to deal with things. Because at the end of the day, the problem with a lot of guys is y'all in these toxic situations because you didn't walk away when you knew you should have. When you got that feeling in your gut, bro, and we all get it. I done had it before. I done it before. And I walked away from something I knew I was supposed to walk away from. You get that feeling in your gut. You get those thoughts in your head. You get that thing that tell you in the back of your mind, I should have left this situation long before you ever leave the situation, bro. And that's when you probably should have walked away from the table because the negotiation is not working in your favor. At that point, you are just losing. You are losing precious time. You are losing precious energy. You are losing precious ability to walk away because you getting too attached. And attachment destroys that ability. Being too attached to something allows you to be blind. It does not let you see the situation for what it is and to act appropriately. And that's why a lot of guys right now, y'all in no contact trying to get this girl back who honestly you probably should have never been with. Or even worse, you in no contact trying to get this girl back who you do want to be with and who is worth something, but you messed it up because you were so caught in a box where you weren't willing to see things for what they were. So you didn't call them out for what they were, or you didn't handle the situation the way that you should have because you were too fearful of loss. And the fear of loss makes you do stupid things because that is a human trait, bro. The fear of loss will make people do things before the reward of gaining something will. Think about that. The fear of loss will make people do stuff. It is a stronger force than the reward of gaining something is. And so keep that in mind as you journey, bro. Make sure you able to walk away from any situation because as a man, you need to maintain that power. Because if it no longer serves you, it no longer serves you. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. It's your boy K. Narek, man. I'm up out of here.